Jake and Flo. All right, here we go. This is Karthik. Karthik says, hello, Dr. Tyson, Lord Nice. This is Karthik from Berlin, Germany.
Ooh.
If the earliest light from the universe to reach us is represented by the cosmic microwave background radiation, which is from 380,000 years after the Big Bang.
Yep.
How did we determine how far back from that point the Big Bang took place? So he's saying, how do you know 380,000 years gave you first light from the source of the light, which would have been the Big Bang itself?
So where do we get 380,000 years?
And that's basically
what he's asking. Okay, so a lot of the action took place in the first fractions of a second. There's an excellent book written by Steve Weinberg, a brilliant physicist, won the Nobel Prize. He wrote a very successful physics book, small, called The First 3 Minutes.
That's amazing.
And in there, it takes you from the moment of the explosion of the Big Bang to what went on in the universe after 3 minutes. And I turned those first 3 minutes into most of the first chapter of my book, Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. Because the first chapter is called In the Beginning.
Ooh.
That's the name of the first chapter. So I detail it. So
there's another book, I believe, that starts.
that has a chapter.
I think there's another book with a chapter that starts in the beginning. I'm trying to think.
Stop.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, you keep thinking about that.
Yeah.
You call me when you know.
Yeah. It'll come to me. It'll come.
That was the old joke when you were a kid. How do you know God was a baseball player?
I don't know how.
He started in the big inning.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah,
how do you know God wasn't a comedian? That joke.
That was like safe for elementary school joke.
Yeah, that's cool.
So what you do is you create all the physics necessary to give you that cosmic microwave background.
Gotcha.
And once you know how much mass is in the universe, and you ask yourself, what must have been going on in the universe to give us that state where the photons run free and you get the cosmic microwave background?
Right.
Once you do all of this, the time it takes to get to that point turns out to be 380,000 years.
That's amazing.
Right. It's all very well-established physics.
And you know what's funny? Right now, there are people hearing this, and they're like, no. It is so counterintuitive. It's like, oh, no, that's what you believe. And what they don't understand is that we can see the cosmic microwave background.
Yeah.
It's not a belief.
Right.
We can see it.
We measure it.
Measure it.
Yeah. And so do we know what matter must be doing in order to create that environment?
Exactly.
And we're expanding now. So here's what would have to happen if we were wrong. Somehow the universe was birthed into that state, but with nothing before it. But we can account for that provided there was a universe before it, using known laws of physics as detailed by Steven Weinberg in his book from 1970s. That book came out.
Wow.
And in my book, I give a full exposition of the first moments of the universe. In fact, one of these chairs,
right, the ones that were sitting chairs that were awards to him for writing.
I won for an essay called In the Beginning. In the Beginning. Which basically birthed that whole first chapter of my book.
Look at that, the universe is crowning. Oh, Lord, I don't know nothing about birthing no universes. Oh.
I wonder how obscure that reference is to.
I'm sure. So most people have no idea what I'm talking about right now.
No idea. You're talking about...
they have no idea.
Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
And most people have no idea.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Maybe they'll look it up. It'll be a meme somewhere after somebody will put it out as a meme so that the kids can know the joke that I made.
I don't know nothing about birth and universes. So it's known laws of physics that get us to that point.
Right.
That allow us to conclude how much time before
how to go back.
How to go back.
Because you get to that place and now you can go back
from
everything that you know at that place.
Correct.
That's really, God, I love science.
Oh, well, you know what else? As you go back, matter is behaving in all these ways under the temperature, pressure, energy, and all of this. You can make predictions in that time that says, 98 out of 100 atoms in the universe should be hydrogen. And that's what we see on the other side of that fence.
Fantastic, man.
Right.
That's
right. No, it's extraordinary.
Brilliant.
Yes.
It's brilliant.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, by the way, that cosmic microwave was predicted. It was predicted by a guy named George Gamow.
George
Okay.
Gamow?
Gamov.
Oh, Gamov.
It ends in a W, but it's Russian, so it's a V sound.
Gotcha.
Gamov. He was on a paper with two or three other authors,
Right.
where they said, if the universe began with an explosion, knowing what we know about quantum physics and matter and energy and temperature and time, what should have happened? It would expand, it would begin to cool, the energy would become matter, the matter would coalesce, and at this point, light should escape. We should look out in the universe for a universe that has a temperature of about 5 degrees. And so we looked.
Yes.
And we found a universe that was 3 degrees.
Yes.
They were so off.
Idiots.
So Rich God, a friend of our show, he characterized this prediction. He said, it's like saying that a 50-foot flying saucer, predicting a 50-foot flying saucer was going to land on the lawn of the White House, but it was a 30-foot flying saucer.
That's good.
Right? So
like
the fundamentals of the prediction are really right, and the details are something that would come out later.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're good back there. That's all. By the way, if one day we need to sort of rethink the Big Bang, it would not be to discard what works. It would be to see that the Big Bang fits into an even larger
picture
of the universe.
Right.
And the press is always trying to ditch the Big Bang.
Right.
They're always pooping on the Big Bang.
Yeah.
Because they think we're just making stuff up.
Yeah, because it's not going to be one of these things where it's just like, oh, we were just completely wrong, and now that's not a thing at all. No,
that doesn't happen anymore.
Right? No, it's like
it happened before the year 1600.
Right,
but
it
after
can't
then,
happen,
when we test everything and it doesn't happen that way.
It'll be a further explanation of what we already know.
It'll be a deeper understanding
of
what we already know.
Right.
Correct.
Right.